everybody, thanks for coming down the shore today. Today I'm going to show you something that might just change the way you look at trash, because what you're tossing could actually be saving you some money. Let's talk about the second life of everyday items. Stuff most people throw out without even thinking twice. Take this bread bag. We don't usually buy bread, but we saw this the other day and thought, why don't we give it a try because it's fast and convenient. And I usually try and make our breads, but this is cinnamon raisin bread, so a little bit more difficult to make. However, most people just throw this out when they're all done with their bread. But these can be used as freezer bags, snack pouches, even piping bags for icing. I know you have to clean it first, but why throw it out when you can use it and give it a second life? Plus, you can use the clips that hold the bread bag together like this. You can use these to label cords that you have sitting around, or you can use them to put on the end of tape like this so that it makes it easier to find the end. Or you can use it to hold a bunch of hair ties together. Most of ours fit into that little hole right there. And cereal bag liners are thicker than wax paper. You can use these when you're rolling out dough or freezing items that need to be flat. They're way sturdier and you won't need parchment paper. And these produce nets work great if you bundle them up and you make a scrubber out of them for scrubbing dishes or cleaning garden tools. Once you get it bundled up, you can just tie it into a knot. One free scrubbing tool. And before you throw out a broken appliance or any other item, pop it open. You can salvage switches, screws, wires, or even tiny motors. You can use those parts to repair toys, make garden gadgets, or you can do what I do and I put it on a free or trade Facebook group. Someone out there may be able to repair it or use it to fix something else. For instance, my neighbor is a landscaper and he put out one of his tools the other day and someone came and took it away because they can probably fix it or use it to fix something else that they have. So if you're pretty intuitive and you can pretty much Google anything now to fix anything, as long as you have the parts, you're good to go. For instance, this cord can be cut off and reused on something else. This has a great end. So if this toaster didn't work anymore, I could just cut the end off and make this cord work for something else. And every glass jar is a free storage container. Now, if you don't like the smell or if it has a residue in it, like this used to be spaghetti, all you have to do is put some baking soda in it and let it sit for a couple days, and then use the baking soda to clean it with some dish soap and the smells should disappear. And if they don't disappear, you can use this to store screws in or other parts and pieces to things that you've purchased over the past. For instance, our raised garden bed came with extra parts, our flagpoles came with extra parts, and I store those pieces in glass jars. We also have a ton of jars filled with screws, nuts, bolts, you name it, it's in a jar. And even coffee containers are great for that. And you can also store bacon fat in one of these. For instance, I reused this jar to put my beef tallow in. So save yourself some money on storage jars and just reuse the ones that you already have. Even torn or worn out clothes have value. For instance, these socks have holes in them and I could have mended them, but in these days it's easier just to go out and buy a new pair of socks. However, with the prices of socks these days, it might be better to mend the hole in the sock instead of buying new. Or I use these for stain. When I'm doing stain projects, I just fold it up and I use it to stain my pieces of wood if I want. You can also use these for reusable wipes. I have a video on how to make homemade baby wipes and these would be perfect. You can just line them up like this and then roll them up. And then when you put them in the jar, you can pull out one at a time and you've got reusable baby wipes with socks that you were gonna throw out. These are also great for cleaning up animal messes. We have a cat that likes to regurgitate hairballs every day, and these come in great when it's time to clean up those messes. Because you don't want to waste a paper towel, they're too expensive these days. You could even turn an old flannel shirt into a pot holder. So you don't need to go out and buy Ziploc bags or storage containers or parchment paper or wax paper when you are basically throwing all of those things away. Give your trash a second chance to save some money. I know people are stressing out about money these days, but if you use some of these ideas or all of these ideas, you're going to save some money. And isn't that the end goal, to try and save as much money as possible? Because you never know when unforeseen things are going to happen. So don't just do this now, make it a lifestyle. Every little reuse helps your wallet and our environment. So before you throw something out, ask yourself, can I use this for something else? Can I give it a second life? So if this video helped you out in any way, check out my playlist on how to make homemade breads that are easy, delicious, and will save you a ton of money. Plus, they're chemical free. So from our homestead to yours, spread kindness, share a smile, pay it forward, and be the reason that someone smiles today. We'll see you next time.